Yeah, Bill, I was wondering, when they showed you photos earlier and we elected not to have you describe those, you elected not to describe those photos, but were they of these guys?
No.
So,
and listen,
okay.
My jaw dropped yesterday when we were watching that news conference at 5:15. It was one of those head turners where you're like, whoa, now this is a curveball. But that's a curveball that only lasted for a few hours. You know, they were hot on their trail last night at 10:30, just across the Charles River.
Yeah, and what's still unknown is whether or not these terrorists then saw their photos on international television and decided, boy, we got to get the heck out of here after apparently hanging around for 4 days, or if they were just waiting to be found and then they were going to start some sort of a second wave of terrorist activity. We don't know the answer to that just yet.
Yeah, you're right about that too, Gretchen, and we don't know that answer. And maybe that's some of what will be enlightened throughout the day today, once police either start talking or start taking some of these questions. But Brian, you asked that question about whether or not we were informed about these images. There is someone within the investigative unit of the story that has done the FBI a huge disservice.
Exactly.
Because what they did was, they took images, many images, I'm talking dozens of images, and they set up websites that just about every American has the ability to access. And they made it seem and appear as if, they were in search of other individuals, maybe 2, 3, or 4 others. And those images were, they went around the ether. And people looked at them and they thought, well, obviously this must be the guys.
Yep.
Now, who was it on the inside that would even take those images, think about establishing a website and then putting out misinformation? And I think one of the stories that will be talked about when this is all resolved is how the FBI and the Boston police go back and look at their own investigative personnel to find out who had access to it and who had the motivation to put out bad information when they make it public.
So, Bill, stand by, because